All right, welcome back to Wake Up America Weekend. Let's dive back into our coverage of this week's unprecedented news, because it is.
It is.
It is.
It really
and it's
is.
the biggest news. That is former President Donald Trump found guilty on all 34 charges in the paperwork trial here in New York.
Yeah, for more, let's welcome in trial attorney.
Ron, if you look back on the trial itself, do you feel as if there were any mistakes that were made by the defence, or there is any missed opportunities that they could have taken which may have led to a different outcome?
You know, this is really hard because what we were looking at was what appeared to be an incredibly biased judge who was having a lot of animosity towards Donald Trump and his team. But I think there are a few things that I might have considered doing differently. First, really the theme of a trial is the most important thing. And you need a theme that is going to take this case off of Donald Trump and put it on the public and teach them a lesson, right? And that lesson is, if they can do this to Trump, they can do this to anybody. If they can raise up 7-year-old charges based on a paperwork issue and attack you and then shoehorn in all of this different evidence, if they can do that against Trump, they can do it against anybody else. And I felt that the messaging was still related to Trump, and there needed to be a stronger theme that told this jury they need to vote for the Constitution, not just Donald Trump. And that might have changed things a little bit.
Fair enough. I actually agree with your comments there. I just don't think it would have mattered anyway. I think it was all baked into the cake.
Now, Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg actually declined to comment on whether the prosecutors will be seeking jail time in this. Ron, how do you see the sentencing playing out here? Do you believe that the former president will be spending time in jail?
No, not a chance. And the only reason Alvin Bragg wouldn't want to speak out on that is because he wants his prosecutors to have a chance to be able to write their sentencing memorandum and tell the judge. They also want to assess. But here's what's really going to happen before sentencing. Donald Trump has to sit for an interview where he gives a whole bunch of detail about himself and his past. I believe the prosecutors are going to use this as an opportunity to get into his financial situation and his life and likely leak a lot of that information. And so there's probably going to be a lot of fighting about that probation interview. The concern there is obviously if he's not forthcoming with probation, they're going to use that to try to ask for additional information or potentially raise the sentence. I do believe a probation sentence would be warranted here for anybody else. We'll see what this judge does with Donald Trump.
Yeah, the key words there, the phrase, anyone else. Because if it was anyone else, there never would have been a trial. There never would have been an indictment. There wouldn't have been anything. So, Ron, Chapman, gentlemen, great discussion. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you both.
Thank you.